all our home cooks who will be sharing today, please do not mute yourself. The others, the guests, please mute yourself so that we can hear our chefs as they talk, and so that we can also see them very clearly. So thank you all. When we finish each recipe, it will be open. If you have any questions, you have any tips, you can post your questions, or you can raise a hand and we can unmute you and we can answer your questions. Even if you have any tips or suggestions, please feel free. You can either put them in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask the question. This is a very friendly, informal session where we know almost all of us know each other. So this is a wonderful place. And I'm very grateful for all of you to be attending, and to all the chefs who are so graciously and generously sharing their recipes, and to Jyoti Chawla for facilitating this event, and Aparna for starting this all off. So congratulations and thank you and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Jyoti, all over to you.
Thank you, Poonam. That's a great start, and that's absolutely true. A program kick-started by Aparna, and thankfully with the support of everybody and maybe adding more people as we go along, we're able to continue this further. So it's lovely, especially doing a Zoom session is even more different, but the spirit is on, so I think that makes all the difference. Okay, so we have a great lineup today. We have from namkeens to chutneys to meetha chawal to granolas to cakes. So it's a great lineup. I want to share with you, we're going to start with, we have a chutney which is going to be done by Geeta Tong, and we have a chibda, a Marathi chibda done by the Marathi lady, which is Tara Uttara. We have meethe chawal by Rekha Shardaji. I'm so happy to see her. This is probably the first time event for Cooking Shooking group, which is lovely. Lemon eggless cake. After great persuasion, Pavni is finally doing a session. I'm really quite excited. You can't see her right now, so that should be really nice. And a granola bar, which is done by a lady called Meenal. She's based in Singapore. And as I understand, Meenal also runs a lot of cooking classes. So it's a great avenue for us to understand if we want to do some of these classes, we can go for that as well. Okay, so are we good to begin?
Yes, we are good.
Where is Geeta? I can't see Geeta Tong. We'll start with the mango chutney, the raw mango chutney. Perfect. Poonam, I think we'll mute everybody.
Poonam, I think you need to mute them, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just...
Raji, are you ready?
Yes, Geeta, are you ready, Geeta?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Let me make you the spotlight. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. And it's mango season, and we are going to make a mango chutney. And for this big mango, this much of pieces in 1 cup.
Okay, so you cut them into pieces.
1 cup of grated coconut.
Fresh grated coconut. Geeta, could you be a little loud because you're breaking?
Okay. I'll come closer. Okay. And 5 red chilies.
5 dried red chilies, okay.
And then 1/4 of this red onion.
Okay.
And
in fact, I will share the
ingredients. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll share the ingredients, so it'll be easier.
Yeah. So everybody can take a screenshot, and as the event finishes, this is going to be uploaded on the Indo-Indians website. You can log in and see this anytime.
So this is the recipe as shared by Geeta. So we've got 1 cup of mango pieces, 1 cup grated coconut, 1 small onion, 4 to 5 stems of curry leaves, 4 dry red chilies, salt to taste, haldi and hing.
And then little haldi and little hing.
Sorry. So now back to Geeta.
Okay.
Yeah.
What we have to do is take out this coconut and rest of all mix and then grind coarse.
Okay.
No need to add any water because the water from this mango is enough.
Because Friday, Roshni is coming here. You can Roshni and
Raja, I always get me. Can you make?
Yeah, Poonam, I think that's a good idea. Let's mute everybody except the participants.
Yeah.
You and me.
I've
Yeah.
already done that, but I think when new people join, they join with,
Correct.
you know.
Okay. Sorry, Geeta, do you want
Poonam, I think Sister Tongs is not being spotlight, so we can't actually see.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me try that again.
Coconut, mix everything and then grind to coarse.
Okay.
I think she's on spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geeta, somebody is asking, there is which mango in Jakarta is this? What is the name of the mango if they need to buy?
Nothing specific like that, any mango, but it has to be little sour.
Okay. So raw mango, which you make the achar. Basically, it's the achar wala aam. Geeta, I hope that answers your question.
And then 1 cup grated coconut after you grind it coarse, coconut, and then just turn on the mixie 1 or 2 times. Don't
So that it
make it
mixes up.
very smooth.
Okay. Okay.
And then you just mix it coarsely.
Do you have a ready chutney? Can we see what it looks like?
Yes. And then when everything is over, the chutney looks like.
Oh, okay.
And you know what I miss most about offline events is the taste.
Taste.
And it goes really well with rice and then chapati. Cannot put it on bread because well, it depends upon people. If you like, you can put it
How
on bread
long
also.
can you store it?
Yeah, that's it.
Looks very nice. This is the first time I've seen a mango chutney made with coconut. Usually they don't put coconut in the mango chutney.
Yeah, we do that.
How long does it last? How long can we keep this in the fridge?
In the fridge, you can keep it for 2-3 days.
Okay. So it's something fresh to be enjoyed and finished soon.
Not more than 2 days.
More than 2 days. I guess because of the moisture in the mangoes, you can't keep it very long.
Yes.
Great.
So I missed that part. When do you add the coconut?
After you grind everything coarse,
Yeah.
and then you add coconut.
Right. Any sugar is what Archana is asking. Do you put any sugar?
Sugar, no, nothing. No oil. No
So
oil.
besides, yeah. So besides the coconut, you grind everything together. The moisture from the mango helps grind it. And once that is grinded, then you add the grated coconut and just do 1 or 2 whisks so that it mixes up well. That's
Yes.
it. Is there any tadka to it?
No.
No. So you put the hing also in the first round of grinding.
It's not neem. This is curry leaf.
Hing, curry leaves, everything you have added in the first set.
Together when you grind.
Okay. So there is no tadka. And as you said, it lasts for about 2 to 3 days maximum in the refrigerator. Okay. Okay. Great.
Sounds
Do we
good.
have any other questions? I think we've covered the questions that people have asked. Can you put it in the refrigerator? How long? Tadka, sugar, what mango is it? Okay, so it's the normal achar mangoes. And Archana Garg is saying, will it be sour? Archana, yes, of course, because there is no sugar.
Very sour. You can add more coconut seed.
Okay.
Then no need to add sugar or jaggery, but you can add little more coconut.
If you like it sour, then you can go less. Entirely up to your taste. Great. Thank you so much, Geeta. Sorry, you want to say?
Coconut depends upon the sourness of the mango.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very nice. Thank you so much for sharing your recipe. You're looking really nice, bright, and very nice. And thank you so much for sharing. It was a very nice recipe. For me, it's a new one, mango and coconut together. So I'll definitely try it. And it's the mango season, everybody. So good time to try this chutney out. Yeah. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Karan, can you just show the recipe? There is a question, what if we use coconut milk?
Can you use coconut milk?
No.
Cannot. Okay. All right.
So this is the recipe again. You can take a screenshot or a
Yeah.
photograph. So it's really, really quick and easy chutney recipe.
And she says it goes really well with rice and chapatis. Okay, great. Coconut season, time to try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely great. Thank you, Geeta. Thank you. Tara, are we there? Are you somewhere? I did see you earlier.
Yes, she's there. So I'm just sharing. We have now Marathi Chivda, and she's dressed in her, you know, Maharashtrian sari right there.
Yes, I am in a Pune sari very much.
Lovely.
I'm here to show you my chivda that everybody likes as an appetizer. Actually, it goes as everything. There's really no, So I've been making it for years and years, and it's so funny now that I have it. I just like did the recipe, ran it by Mummy ji. She's here. I'm like, right? That's the way. I'm like,
Lovely to see your mom, and lovely to see both of you dressed up so beautifully. Namaste.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Very, very nice. Thank you so much for the effort. That's really nice. So I'm quite excited about.
Well, it's so nice that you guys share each other's recipe. That's really something lovely.
Quite excited about your chivda because I believe you can eat it in many different ways, not just as
Okay, okay. Sit down, sit down.
Actually, one of my husband's favorite, Milin's favorite, is just dal chawal ke upar topping. Like it's probably not designed as a topping, but it goes as a fantastic topping for upma, bhej, dal chawal, whatever.
lunch to everything.
So it's a very versatile snack and it's really healthy. You can fry it. It's a fried chivda. It's really yummy, but it's not healthy. So the way I make it, it's not fried. It just has a tadka. Okay, so let's start. My little helper is Sonia today. So she's going to show you the ingredients. Okay, so 1 box of Rice Krispie cereal, 1 box of cornflakes.
This is how many grams of the box?
Read it, baby. How many grams?
130 grams of Rice Krispies and 150 grams of the cornflakes.
Chota chota. The smallest.
Almost same, 130, 150 grams.
Correct. Now, you can vary this completely. I have a friend who makes entirely cornflakes chivda. And one friend in US who makes only Rice Krispies. So,
Depends on your taste.
like that. I like Rice Krispie because softness, crunch, and corn has a bit of a meat. So I add both 50-50. So you don't have to. So I'm just going to mix it. There. Just dry mix it nicely in my bowl. And now here on a plate, I have already fried like a katori full of cashew nuts and a katori full of peanuts. I have fried them and taken out.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to now mix it in my chivda mix.
Okay.
Because this is already ready. This doesn't need to go in a tadka. Okay. So now I'm just going to mix my cereals that I mix as well as my fried nuts. These two things here are just salt and sugar. Now again, we need to add sugar, not at all, but to balance the spice and stuff, we just add like a pinch, like literally a pinch. You can dry roast the nuts, but then make sure you wait till they're completely cooled.
Yeah.
And then put it in. If they're fried, you can take a little more leeway and it's yummier. But
yeah. The normal salt or Himalayan salt or Senda Namak or a normal table salt?
Asking Mama. No Senda, normal Namak. Real.
Okay.
Yeah. Real wala namak, real wala salt. I mean, real wala sugar. This again very optional. It's not in the recipe because I didn't think I would get it.
Bring it closer.
This is
the roasted chana.
Roasted chana. They call it bogra. In Marathi, we call it dala. I didn't think it would be available in Bombay Mart. It was, so I got it.
Okay.
But if it isn't, no problem. This is nice additional help to go inside my tadka. I have curry patta leaves chopped, same one. Literally 1 katori of everything, like measurement wise.
So these are not been fried or roasted. They are.
No, just washed clean.
Just washed and dried.
This will go in tadka now. And I have taken 6 green chilies chopped.
Okay.
Because
Fresh
my
green chili.
household, when it comes to tikka, is a little cute. You people can make it 10, 15, up to the spice level going, whatever.
Yeah,
You know, I'm not now. I'm putting it in a tray because so we are going in to do the tadka.
Sure.
Sorry, Poonam, I didn't think it was just assembling. I thought I will show the tadka. So I'm
You have not added salt and sugar as of now.
not right now. When the chevra gets coated with a little bit of oil, then I add salt and sugar.
All right. So only the 2 dry cereals have been mixed.
Things in the bottom.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So now, Poonam, please come karo. Put Sonia's phone as the pinning. Sonia, Gadre.
Okay, let me find. Yeah. Okay.
Me?
Can't see Sonia. Yeah.
Maybe they can turn this one around.
Hmm.
Maybe they can turn this camera around. Unless the kitchen
Can you
is.
hear us?
I can hear you, but just a minute. Let me find you. Have you enabled your video?
Yes, it's Sonia.
Poonam, go to the chat, the participants, you can see in S by alphabetic.
Yeah, I can see her there.
Yeah, there you can spotlight her there.
And then spotlight her video.
Okay.
Come. Can you guys see it now?
No.
Give me a second.
Oh my God, my tadka is going. So,
So I think
You'll have to
Yeah, we can see you, see you.
There we are.
Okay.
Okay, tadka.
so my mustard seeds just went in. So I'm going
Which
to
oil
put
is
lots
this?
of haldi, hing. That's it. Very, very basic tadka.
Okay.
Now, Sonu, move a little far away. I'm going to put
Curry leaves.
curry patta, so it's flattered. Come close. Don't be scared. Now, chilies. Make sure the chili and the curry patta has nicely fried. Because if it is not, then chivra won't last. If everything is well fried and well mixed, the chivra can last for 2-3 months.
Are the mustard seeds the big ones or the small ones?
The mustard seed, small ones will do. If they're bigger ones, better. At the very end, when I know that the leaves are nicely fried, now I will put my bogra or the roasted chana, as someone was saying, that was correct. And I'm just gonna do it for maybe half a minute more. Yep. And I'm gonna pick it up and just toss it. Bring it. Come.
Okay.
Now pin me again.
Okay, hold on, wait.
Wait till we see you and then mix the tadka.
Yeah. Give me.
I'm mixing my tadka. I'm adding a little bit of this to mix all the nice spices that are coated in the bottom of my pan. Getting all that.
Okay. Very quick, I must say, for a namkeen.
Very quick. It's now I'm just using the 2 things to mix it. That's it. Chivra is ready.
The salt and
Now I will put salt.
Okay, and sugar.
But I don't put too much salt. I'll tell you why. Rice Krispies and cornflakes both have salt in it.
Salt in it.
They're both salt. They're not salted, but they are not saltless.
Correct.
Salt in those cereal. And sugar, you see how much I'm putting. It's literally 2 pinches. That's it.
Just to
A sprinkle.
enhance the,
Just to cut in the taste, you know. And mixing quickly is the key because you want it to be, oh, I wish you could smell this.
Yeah, the curry patta and chili together and hing. Uttara, what oil have you used? Any specific oil for this?
I have used the one I always use, which is a canola oil.
Okay.
You
So
can
you
use,
can use any normal cooking oil.
I usually use Wesson ka vegetable or Wesson's canola, which I get in Ranch or Hero. Mil jata hai kabhi kabhi. Olive oil I haven't tried, so no.
You said
Super nice. Let me share your recipe, Uttara. Let me just share your recipe.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
And
So that is her recipe. If you'd like to take a screenshot. Otherwise, the recipe will be available on the Indo-Indians website as well from tomorrow. So
Yes,
you can take a picture.
To add was, if you can see the recipe, you don't see Bogra, because that time I didn't know Bombay Mart had it. So I have it. Also, some people like to add raisins in this, and if you're not like watching sugars, or if you're okay with having raisins, I don't personally like it, but you can totally use raisins.
Right. So it's a very simple recipe, and you can just get the cereals from your closest supermarket, and it's very easy to make. It's a simple and yet tasty
And I think the good thing is it's a non-fried namkeen, so which is very good. I have 2-3 questions for you here, Uttara. There is Madhu Agarwal asking, write up. Yes, Madhu, the whole recipe will be uploaded on Indo-Indians. So I hope that answers your question. Rashi is asking, can we use mustard oil for the tadka?
No, you can't.
Nayanti?
Mustard oil is not.
Madani Mata?
Mama says no.
Not tasty.
No, doesn't go with the combination of, the stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't go with this taste. Also, if you want to use raisins, wash them, pat them dry, and then put them in the tadka with the rest of the stuff. Make sure they get roasted well too, and then put it in. No
So
problem.
Abha, there's a little tip to share that you can fry the raisins as well so that they don't get soggy, which is very nice. Thanks for sharing, Abha. That's lovely. Very nice. Love your bindi, Uttara. It's perfectly matching the whole attire. Very nice, Chivra. Now, how else can we eat this besides just, having it as
One
a
of
child?
the most common ways that it's served in Pune is as a topping on poha, upma, and the like, sabudana khichdi, whatever.
Okay.
On top of that, you can just have chivda. Like today, definitely, when Milin's back, he's going to do this. He will ask the bai to cut a tomato, some red onion, mix it with chivda, and that makes for the quickest bhel. Lemon juice ke saath, lemon juice, chopped chili, mix it, fresh, quickest possible bhel you can make.
So you can add a little bit of that murmura in this sometimes, or you don't?
You can add muri. You can add muri in this. Chalta hai. I found the mixture of cornflakes and Rice Krispie to be the one that is long lasting here. Muri I have found with the weather here, sometimes it just goes, in like a week. No?
Moist.
Chivda lasts for a couple of months. It never lasted that long in a household, but it can. Other questions? That's it.
Somebody, I think Ricky said that it will be great for yogurt mix too, but I will remove chili and add honey. Okay. Please do let us know how it tastes. That's a different combination altogether.
Correct. It will be different, but it will taste good, I bet.
Okay. So Abha is making it today. She said, the moment I finish this, I will just... Well, it's actually a very easy and a very quick recipe, and most of us have these cereals at home. So the good thing is it can last you long. So that's very
again, these two cereals are not hard to find in Indonesia. You can easily get Rice Krispie, you can easily get cornflakes,
And Uttara?
Yeah. He's asking a question.
Sorry. I think Rachna was asking a question.
No, I was saying it's one of the best chudas in Jakarta, so I can vouch for it. Every time we pounce on it, every time we go to Uttara's house, we don't want any other snack. That's the first thing we eat.
Oh my God. And again, the nuts and all is up to you, because I know there are some people who really look for the nuts in the chivda, and when they're gone from the party, my chivda is just Rice Krispies left. Nuts are all gone. So go ahead and put a cup full of nuts. That's okay. It's one of those dry nuts mix that is healthy. Literally, you can
I think that's an individual choice and combination, whatever they want to add to it. So that's entirely. But thank you so much. This is a very popular recipe of yours and very nice of you to share with everybody, Uttara. And Auntie, and you are looking amazingly nice, beautiful. Thank you so much. Beautifully color coordinated and dressed up. Thank you for cheering everybody.
Thank you, Jyoti, Poonam. Thanks, the whole Indo-Indian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Girls, make it at home and send me a picture.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to mute myself. Okay.
We now move on to Rekha Sharda ji for some meethe chawal. I saw her sometime back.
Yeah, she's right here.
Focus on her, yeah. Lovely. Rekha ji, namaste. कैसे हैं आप?
एकदम बढ़िया. क्या हाल है?
बिल्कुल ठीक. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आपको देख के. Very nice. I'm very happy that you are sharing this recipe with us.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Meethe chawal is a very traditional Indian dish made in most of the houses, but हर घर में थोड़ा it's a little differently done.
Different होता है.
Correct. बिल्कुल. बनता सबके यहाँ पे है, but सब जगह it's a little different.
सबका अलग-अलग मेथड हो जाता है.
तो
राजस्थान की डिश है.
हाँ जी.
और कोई लोग इसको मीठे चावल बोलते हैं, कोई बीनज बोलता है, कोई मेवे की खिचड़ी बोलता है, कोई खीरानन बोलता है.
अरे वाह.
अच्छा, मैंने जो बनाया दूध से बनाया पूरा.
ओके.
दूध के अंदर ही कुक करके और फ्राई करा है पहले घी के अंदर, पूरा घी डाल करके.
ओके. देसी घी
बेसिकली. हाँ, जितना आप चावल ले रहे हैं, जैसे एक कटोरी, एक बोल राइस है तो एक बोल 3 बोल्स मिल्क डलता है इसके अंदर.
ओके. 1:3 रेशियो.
हाँ, 1:3. और समटाइम्स लिटिल बिट ज्यादा भी आप डाल लगता है, तो अगर आपको जैसे कि कुक नहीं हुआ है पूरा राइस,
हाँ, तो थोड़ा सा और डाल.
थोड़ा सा और डाल लो. और जितना राइस है उतना ही शुगर.
1 कप चावल है तो 1 कप चीनी.
Sugar.
So let me share the recipe.
Ingredients.
Just a minute.
इसको फ्राई करने का एक अलग मेथड है, थोड़ा सा घी के अंदर, तब जाके ये अच्छा बनता है चावल.
रेखा जी, 1 मिनट हम जरा रेसिपी दिखा देते हैं. We'll come to the method after some time.
Okay.
Okay. So,
can you see the recipe, Jyoti?
2 tablespoon ghee, 3 to 4 cloves, 2 pods of green elaichi, 1 cup basmati rice plus 1 cup sugar, 3 cups boiled milk. I am assuming whole milk hai ye, full cream, right?
Whole milk.
Yeah. So some cashew nuts, almonds, pistachios, cardamom powder bhi hai aur cardamom sabut bhi hai.
हाँ, वो बघार में लगेगा.
Correct. And kesar, saffron for the lovely color.
So this is the recipe, and what Rekha ji did was that she shared with me the. Rekha ji, do you want me to show it now?
Yeah. Now, okay. First उसको fry करने का है.
हाँ, so she said there's a very special way of frying the rice, and she shared a little video which is 1 minute long. I'll share it with everyone so people can just see it. So it is easy to understand. So she shared this with us.
Yeah, okay. That's a very nice technique, Poonam, to get the video ready beforehand. Very nice. Okay. So in the oil, आपने लौंग डाला, इलायची डाली.
हाँ. उसके बाद में एकदम राइस को ड्राई करके, मतलब धोने के बाद में बिल्कुल पानी नहीं रहना चाहिए उसमें.
Okay. आप कपड़े से भी पोंछते हैं?
नहीं, कपड़े से नहीं पोंछना है. जस्ट आप उसके अंदर डाल दो पानी निकाल के जाली में से.
Alright.
हैंग हो गया वीडियो.
नहीं, वीडियो नहीं एंड हुआ.
ओके. आपने यहाँ पे घी डाला है, राइट?
हाँ, घी डाला है.
घी डाला है, करेक्ट.
और फिर उसको फ्राई करते हैं, करीबन 5 मिनट्स तक फ्राई करना होता है राइस को.
ओके, ठीक है. सो लौंग, इलायची, घी एंड राइस यू हैव टू फ्राई.
हाँ.
ओके.
उसके बाद में हॉट मिल्क ऐड करते हैं.
ठीक है. रेखा जी, आपने चावल कितनी देर भिगोए थे?
चावल बस जस्ट वॉश करके तुरंत ही बनाने.
ओके. सो नो नीड टू.
तो भिगोते नहीं इस मीठे राइस को.
ओके.
अच्छे से मतलब घी के अंदर ऐसे फ्राई करना है.
ठीक है. Okay, for about a minute or 2.
हाँ, 2-3 minutes बस.
Okay.
उसके बाद में बस मिल्क ऐड करना है
Okay.
और मिल्क के अंदर ही पूरा कुक करना है।
तो ये उबला हुआ गरम दूध है।
हाँ, गरम दूध आप मिक्स कर देंगे इसके अंदर 3 कटोरी।
ओके, सो एज यू हाँ, तो आप ये जब तक तैयार कर रहे हैं दूध उबल रहा है एक तरफ पे, एंड देन उबला हुआ
दूध से बॉईल करके उसमें डाल दिया है बस।
ओके, एंड देन यू कुक दिस
एंड
खीर कैसा लग रहा है?
कुक जाएगा उसके बाद ही शुगर डालनी है।
ओके, चावल पूरा कुक हो जाए या 90%?
हाँ, पूरा कुक एकदम अच्छे से कुक हो जाए, उसके बाद में शुगर ऐड करके जस्ट 2 मिनट्स आपको उसके अंदर रखना है शुगर के अंदर, और फिर उसके बाद में आप इसमें सारे ड्राई फ्रूट्स, केसर, इलायची सब मिक्स करके और उसके बाद में
विसल नहीं दिया है, ये कुकर खुला हुआ है और धीमी आंच पे बना है, या आपने विसल दिया है?
नहीं, विसल नहीं लिया है।
तो धीमी आंच पर वो दूध में अपने आप, सो इंस्टेड ऑफ वाटर बेसिकली आपने दूध डाला है और उसमें
दूध डाला है।
ओके, ओके, सो वी आर नॉट क्लोजिंग द कुकर, वी आर नॉट पुटिंग एनी लिड और एनीथिंग, वी जस्ट, आप लेकिन ढक्कन तो लगाएंगे ना उसको?
लास्ट में जब एकदम गैस को टर्न ऑफ कर देंगे उसके बाद में।
अच्छा, उससे पहले जब तक आप दूध में पका रहे हैं चावल, आप कवर भी नहीं करेंगे?
नहीं, कवर नहीं करेंगे, जस्ट उबलता रहेगा वो धीरे धीरे, तो कुक हो जाएगा पूरा राइस, जैसे अपन खीर बनाते हैं।
हाँ, करेक्ट, ओके, सो बेसिकली इन द सेम वे, ओनली टुवर्ड्स द एंड आकर केसर एंड नट्स,
और पूरा दूध ड्राई हो जाएगा, इतना ऐसे हो जाएगा पूरा, फिर राइस ये रेडी।
हाँ, दाना चावल बन जाता है।
हाँ।
It's a very tasty rice dish.
और इसके साथ में हम लोग है ना ऐसे नमकीन पुलाव बनाते हैं, कड़ी बनाते हैं, राजस्थान की ये फिक्स ऐसे मतलब पूरा मेनू है कंप्लीट
कॉम्बिनेशन में।
हाँ, ये कड़ी एंड ये आज का लंच मैंने यही बनाया अपने घर के अंदर।
So anybody near her house can join them for lunch. Enjoy.
Yeah, come.
Okay, so Tara is asking with or without CT. Tara, cooker को बंद ही नहीं किया है. So I will just say this one more time. What has happened is she's put long elaichi in the ghee and then added the rice. Rice को भिगोया नहीं है. Immediately धोते ही डाल दिया है. जब तक आप ये कर रहे हैं, एक तरफ दूध उबल रहा है, राइस को 2-3 मिनट के लिए भूनना है घी में, खड़े मसाले के साथ, और फिर उबलता हुआ दूध उसमें डालना है और हल्की आंच पे बिना ढक्कन, बिना सीटी लगाए उसको चलाते रहना है,
आपको हिलाते रहना है बस।
बेसिकली दूध नीचे नहीं लगे, चावल और दूध नीचे ना लगे,
इसीलिए मैंने कुकर में बनाया क्योंकि थोड़ा थिक होता है वो।
करेक्ट। और जब एंड में जब आपको लग रहा है चावल पक गया है, तो आपको उसमें केसर और नट्स अपनी
सारे नट्स भी ऐसे फाइन कटे हुए होने चाहिए, फाइन सब कुछ कटा हुआ, कटिंग होना हुआ हो तो सारे नट्स।
वेरी नाइस। और ये कॉम्बिनेशन में खाया जाता है, ऐसे भी खा सकते हैं बट कॉम्बिनेशन
ऐसे भी, पर वैसे स्पेशली हम लोगों के राखी के दिन बनता है। अभी राखी आ रही है तो राखी पे यही मेनू रहता है सब घर के अंदर।
अर्चना पूछ रही है चीनी कब डाली आपने?
चीनी जब पूरा कुक हो गया राइस, तब आप चीनी ऐड करेंगे।
आप केसर और चीनी इकट्ठा डाल दें
हैं?
केसर और चीनी एक ही टाइम पे डाल।
केसर, चीनी एंड ड्राई फ्रूट्स।
ओके, ठीक है, राइट इन
डाल करके मिक्स करके और फिर आप उसको एकदम वहीं पे कूल होने के लिए रहने दो बस। थोड़ा उस समय आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि ग्रेवी जैसा है, पर बाद में पूरा फिनिश हो जाएगी वो।
तो आपने पिसी हुई चीनी डाली है?
नॉर्मल चीनी अपनी।
ऑलराइट, ओके।
ये ज्योति अपर्णा हैज अ वेरी नाइस टिप।
हाँ, मैं वही बोलने वाली थी अभी। I was reading the above one with Varsha said we get full cream UHT milk only, right? or any other? नहीं जी, full cream दूध। अब जब शक्कर खा रहे हैं तो
cream, बल्कि मैंने मलाई भी डाली है, मलाई के साथ वाला दूध डाला है।
I must tell you a thing, in Punjab when they make मीठे चावल, तो वो खाने के टाइम ऊपर से मलाई डालते हैं actually।
अच्छा।
That's what हमारे यहाँ दिवाली पे बनते हैं। मिनी गुलाब जामुन my mommy makes and is very tasty। इसमें मिनी गुलाब जामुन, क्या बात है अपर्णा। अब ये नेक्स्ट
मीठे चावल with गुलाब जामुन, gosh।
बची है। Lovely, very nice and very interesting. Usually, you know, everybody's been making मीठे चावल in a very different way. So
नमकीन राइस भी हम लोगों के डिफरेंट बनते हैं। इसमें सारी वेजिटेबल्स होती है, गट्टे होते हैं, काजू होते हैं।
वेरी नाइस। वो अगली बार आप हमें वो सिखाइएगा।
नमकीन मीठा is always like जैसे उत्तरा ने नमक और चीनी दोनों डाला. Similarly, मीठे चावल के साथ पुलाव और कढ़ी. So it's, you know, the way it balances it out. Lovely. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rekha ji. Does anybody have any question to the recipe? Meethe chawal. So this is the Rajasthani meethe chawal.
Yes, Rajasthani meethe chawal.
Very nice. Thank you. आपको देख के भी बहुत अच्छा लगा, and thank you so much for participating and sharing your favorite recipe. Thank you. Thank you. I'm looking for Pavani. Where is she?
Hi, Jyoti. Hi.
I'm going to spotlight her.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm camera shy, huh?
But आज तो अब झलक दिखला जा. Oh, lovely. You're looking very, very nice as always.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Pavni. I know you're very camera shy, but I have heard from so many people that you cook exceedingly well. So, ये तो बनता ही था.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this. So you're
in fact, she first shared with me the lime and lemon brownies, and I said, no, we want an eggless cake. So she said, okay, lime and lemon eggless cake for you.
Yeah. I think the good thing is lime and lemon. That's the lovely flavor, and eggless. A lot of people will be very happy to see an eggless cake, which is great. Shall we begin?
Yes, please. So good
Show
afternoon.
the ingredients first.
Can you hear?
show the ingredients first?
Yes.
Adu Agarwal is saying आपका necklace बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, Pavni.
5.
Okay, Poonam, can we show the recipe, just the ingredients first?
Of course.
Is it okay? Okay, can, because I don't want to, yeah.
So this is her recipe, and there are 2 parts to it, the ingredients and the glaze.
Yeah. So we can go through this. 1.5 cups of plain flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, baking powder, sea salt specifically, raw sugar. We'll talk about this when we come to the recipe, yogurt, olive oil or extra light or sunflower, vanilla extract, lemon juice, and zest of 2-3 lemons. Great. Should we go? We come to glaze as we reach the recipe.
Yeah.
Should we go back to Pavni?
Okay, so I've sifted the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and the sea salt, and I've got it here in my bowl.
How many times have you sifted, Pavni? Usually people say you sifted 3 times, it's fluffier and stuff like that.
When I make it for myself, Jyoti, I don't sift it, but because I think you guys are trying it for the first time, it's better you sift it. I've just done it once, that's it.
Okay, so
Yes, I'm just going to make a little well in the center.
Okay.
And add rest of the ingredients. That goes, okay, I use raw sugar for all my baking. So, you know, it gives a good color and a nicer flavor. So
normal granulated sugar.
Sorry, this is raw granulated sugar.
Yeah, raw granulated, yeah.
So I'm going to add all the ingredients to the bowl. So that there's the sugar. Then I'm adding a cup of yogurt.
Okay, this is homemade yogurt?
Sorry, it's a homemade yogurt, yeah.
So you just use it the way it is. You not hung it first. You just
no. It's just out of a bowl okay.
I am going to ask you questions as they come along. What is sea salt that is different? I mean, why sea salt?
Jyoti, this is something I learned in Australia when we were there. I've stopped using any other salt. It's only sea salt I'm using. They say it has more health benefits, and it's just a better salt, you know, from your nutrients and everything. I mean, I've just switched to.
So that's the salt you use in the house, or sea salt?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And today I'm using extra light olive oil. I've done it with the classic one also. And when I'm making for my friends, then I use melted butter as well. So it, you know, depends what you want to go for. Today we are using olive oil.
You can go with what you have.
Yeah. Just don't use the strong oils, you know, like groundnut or peanut or something, but even canola should be good. And I've got 4 tablespoons of lemon juice here.
Okay.
And okay, one more important thing, guys, you must use a good quality of vanilla extract. Don't use the imitation essence. It's really not worth your time and your effort. So always get a good one. I'm not measuring it. But...
Okay.
Okay, then we zest, I've zested 3 lemons here. I'm just going to quickly show you.
Pavni, you may want to explain because sometimes people go a little ahead and the white part makes it very bitter.
Yeah. So no, don't do that. I mean, if you can see, I've just, you know, as soon as I hit the white part or the light yellow, I stop.
Correct.
So that's the way to do it, very gently. I've got about 3 lemons here. It's about a tablespoon. And this is what gives the flavor to the cake. If you don't want that full-on lemon flavor, I like it. So I put in a lot. If you don't, then you can, you know, cut back on the zest.
And if you don't want to use the fresh, is it okay to take the bottled one?
No, I would not, no.
Okay.
But you know what I do, Jyoti, I always freeze my lemons. They're always in a freezer in a bag. And the zest also works better. The juice is also better. So don't use the bottle stuff. Just get some and throw them in the freezer.
Okay.
So that's it.
What if I use a lime grind instead of lemon grind?
Yes, using the lime in the glaze. I'm not using in the bake because it becomes a very pale, dirty color. So I'm not using it in the cake. It's in the top.
Anisha Murjani wants to see the packet of sea salt if you have it around.
Okay, 1 second. I'll have to ask my 1 second.
Yeah, okay. That we can show it as we go along. You can continue with this and we'll show it as we go along.
You know, Jyoti, I saw somewhere that they were using a potato peeler to peel the lemons to get the zest.
Yes.
And then cut it into strips.
No,
so instead of because many times the zester is not available easily.
Correct. But I think it's a great idea. Everybody's
in the box grater. Poonam, even in the box grater, you have the side pay, you know, a contraption which you can use.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Tara is saying, can you please explain the freezer part, how to juice the lemons and then how long to keep it in the freezer and how to thaw?
Freezer. Okay, that's the one I'm using for the cooking. This is for when I'm cooking.
For people who don't know, Pavni is in Singapore, so it's available easily there for your own
I got from Red Mart.
Okay.
Acha, this batter is done, guys, so I'm not going to overbeat it. It's just a very light batter.
Basically.
Sorry?
Not whisking it, just mixing it.
Just with a wooden spoon. Don't use a metal spoon. Preferably use a wooden spoon.
Okay.
Okay, so I always have packets like this in my freezer. I thaw them in the fridge and then use them.
Okay.
But thaw them before you juice them or you don't want to use them.
And how long can you keep them in the freezer and how long to thaw, Tara is asking?
In Singapore, it takes about 15-20 minutes if it's on your countertop. In the fridge, maybe overnight. And it's just good whenever you get lemons, just get them and chuck them in the freezer. And I believe even the health benefit wise, it's better to have juice from a frozen lemon. I read somewhere long ago, so I don't know what I'm using. Okay, so this I've just lined my cake tin with parchment paper. I don't put the oil and dust it with the flour because, you know, it gives that white coating which I don't like. So that's what I do. So this is going to go in the oven now for 180 degrees for approximately 40 minutes.
Okay, that's very easy because generally cake you have to sieve it 3-4 times and whisk it so much. This is much easier.
Yes, and once you get the hang of it, you won't even need to sieve it. You know, I normally when I'm making for myself, I just put it all together.
Okay.
So that's a cake I made yesterday. It's a slightly bigger one than that. And don't use a bigger pan than 7-inch or 7.5 inch, then it's going to be very flat. So try and keep it to 7.5 inch.
So the recipe you have shared is for a 7-inch pan.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so maybe when you are giving the written recipe, just add that because sometimes people don't know which pan size to use.
It's there, Jyoti, 7.5 inch pan.
Yeah, in fact, you know, the other day, Isha.
Oh, Poonam, you can't do this.
Isha has already enjoyed this.
Yes, yes. So, you know, I told Pavani that, you know, Weber and Isha are there and she was making this wonderful cake. So and she sent it to Isha and Isha really enjoyed it.
Definitely a refreshing cake, lemon lime. I mean,
she loved it.
Refreshing. Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
So this is her, where is it? Yes.
So I have two questions for you, Pavni. First, sorry, there's a reply for, so Sukhdev is asking that sea salt is available at Club Sehat. All right, great. In Jakarta, it's easily available. The question is Essence the same taste as vanilla extract?
No, no way, no way. Essence is synthetic. Look, I am just stuck on this Queen's brand and it's only available in Australia. I'm running low on it, so I'm trying to get it.
You take a fresh pod of vanilla and then extract.
That's what I was going to say. When I run out of this, I'm going to make my own and everybody can see it on YouTube. Take your vanilla pod, put it in vodka, and in a month's time you have lovely vanilla extract. But don't use that essence because it's not worth it. Okay, so I've got
Dimple is asking, can we use eggs in it in this recipe if we want to, and if so, then how many?
Okay, look, I have an egg wala recipe, but in this I've never used, it's an eggless recipe, so it's pointless adding eggs to it. I mean, it doesn't do anything to the flavor.
You're using yogurt because you're not using eggs. So if you put eggs, you don't use yogurt.
But then, yeah, you can, but it's not going to add anything to the cake, in flavor wise. So might as well then go for a, egg recipe. That's what I would do.
Okay, you have a queue of people who's going to ask. Aparna saying, I'm getting it from you right here. Very nice. So we'll have to relocate soon, huh?
Anytime. Okay, so okay. Now, when you're using icing sugar, you must sieve it because it always has lumps in it, and it's not going to give you a very smooth icing. So, okay. Now, one more thing. If you've seen the recipe, I've chopped up whole lemon with this with the skin. So if you don't want that, then it gives a full-on flavor. So if you don't want that, then you use the zest.
Okay.
But I'm going to go for this because we like that. So I've got the icing sugar and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice to it. Okay. And don't be in a hurry to add all the lemon juice because, it takes a while to come together. Or if you add too much, then, it should be a nice thick honey consistency. So just make sure of that. And I'm going to add some more vanilla extract to it.
Do you want to show both, for people to understand the lime and the lemon, the yellows and the greens?
Sure, I've got them right here. So that's,
the lemon which goes in the baking, and that's the lime which goes on the glazing.
I don't put it in the baking because it gives a very pale, color. So I don't put it in the baking. So I put it in the topping. It gives a nicer flavor in the topping.
Correct. Okay. 2 questions here, Pavni. One is Tara is asking, is glazing optional? I mean, is the sugar in the cake enough on its own? If I don't want to do glazing?
If you don't want to do a glaze, I think you'll have to go a cup of sugar in the cake, or you'll have to dust it with icing sugar. It won't be enough.
Okay. And the other question is, which lemons? Are these those big yellow lemons, or are these the local lemons?
No, not the local lemons. I use the Australian lemons or the South African ones. Right now we're getting the Australian ones.
Okay. Right. I have a question. How about if I don't want to use sugar and use jaggery?
Look, I have this one. I've not changed, but I have a recipe with jaggery also. But this one, no. This one I've not tried it. So
not molasses, not jaggery.
No, not for this one. No, this I've always gone.
So what did you add now? Water?
No, I've added a little more lemon juice.
Okay.
Jyoti, when Pavani sends this lemon cake, she also puts a sprig of the lemon leaf on top.
Yeah.
And it looks so beautiful. It just puts everything together, the lemon glaze and then the little green leaf on top.
Pavani, I want to ask you, why the lemon in the baking and lime on top, and why not just one of them?
No, because if you see, they both have different qualities, Jyoti. One is sweeter, one is tart. And if you add both the lemon and the lime, you get a real full-on citrus cake. That's what it is. There's no harm. You can make a full lemon cake also. But I feel with the glaze, how you have your Thai salad with the, they put the lime in it. It just gives it a kick. So this is just for the oomph. It will be humble.
Correct. And I like it that you've done that little chopped one. That makes it even more interesting.
Yeah, but again, everybody doesn't like that, you know. So if you don't, then add the zest to it.
Yeah.
So, okay, here we've got our cake, which I made yesterday. So all I'm going to do is just pour the
Glaze on it.
glaze on top, and that's it. It's done. And the glaze becomes a little, it'll harden a bit like candy.
Yeah, correct.
I'm doing a very quick job because I know we are short on time.
Looking yum.
That's it. That's all. You don't really, doesn't need anything else other than a sprig of, you know, sorry, lime leaf, and that's it. Bob's your uncle.
So that's beautiful, Pavni.
No, there's the cake. And just to show you, I made one in the morning. So this hardens, you know, so the icing on top will harden. The glaze will harden, and then it just becomes nicer.
Lovely, lovely.
Thank you, everyone. And I hope you enjoy making it as I do.
Yes.
Stay safe.
So when did you put the lime, the chopped lime?
Just all together. You can put it all together. So the icing sugar, chopped lime, lemon juice, vanilla extract, all goes in together. And that's it.
Avni, I cannot decide. The cake is looking better or you?
Me, I'm coming. I'm not sending you the cake. I'm coming to you.
Yeah, you're going to come home and make it for me.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Pavni. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Jyoti. Thank you, Poonam. Thank you, Aparna, for encouraging me to do this.
And I'm so
I'm looking for the next recipe.
You can do it. You always said, no, I can't. I am not confident. You know, everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. So ladies, I think I encourage all of you to come more and more. And we promise we are trying to get one person from Singapore every time. Let's see if we can.
You know, Pavni, I must say, you're looking gorgeous. Your recipe is lovely. And you don't look like you're doing this for the first time. Very confident and very well organized. I mean, very well organized. To the extent you could show us the sea salt, which was sudden surprise call from somebody, and lime, lemon, the frozen lime. So hats off. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Really well done.
Words, Jyoti. Just one thing, when you're making any cake, all the ingredients should be at room temperature. I forgot to mention that. Never have, you know, cold eggs or cold butter, and everything of mine is on room temperature, and then we put it together.
Okay. There is a question for you from Simran Vasandani. She says, what about the yogurt? Should it be plain or sweet yogurt?
No, plain yogurt.
Homemade plain yogurt, and you have not strained it. It's with the watery part in it, right?
Yeah,
that's correct.
Okay. And you will have to make the glaze for this cake or dust it with sugar, because the sugar has been reduced from the cake accordingly.
So Tara, you'll have to definitely do that. And I think it's looking really nice and appealing with that glaze. It's just adding it's very professional look to it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Poonam, can you share the screen for the method?
Sure.
Yeah,
Let me find it.
Right. Thank you, Pavni. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate it.
Great job, Pavni.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Now move to
Rekha ji, great job.
I'll just share the method for the cake because there was this. Can everybody see my screen, please?
So you need a 7.5 inch round tin for this. For the recipe, the amount of, you know, the flour and everything for this specific recipe, that's the size of the cake she recommends. And it's only 180 degrees. Looking nice. So you pour the glaze when the cake is still warm. Don't wait for the cake to get cooled.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay. And you can definitely keep this for what, 2 days? If it lasts.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Don't think it'll last, but still.
No, but you know, like we are just 2 of us now, Jyoti. So it lasts, you know, 2-3 days. Nothing happens to it. I mean, even I'd go to 3 days. Nothing happens.
Good. Thank you. And thank you so much for sharing your lemon tips of freezing them. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
it's not just about cooking that we learn in this, you know, it's definitely interacting with everybody and some tips which everybody shares. I think that's really, really very nice because we always learn from each other. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Move to Meenal and we're going to do a healthy granola bar. Where is
Yes,
Meenal?
and you know, so we've saved the best for the last because Meenal is a professional teaching chef.
Correct. So we heard about Meenal from our dear friend in Singapore, Aparna, and apparently Meenal runs cooking classes. So on a later stage, everybody can connect with her. Aparna has done some sessions with her, so that's how she got to know. And Meenal has been very kind to share her healthy granola recipe with us. We can't see her, Poonam.
Yeah, there's Meenal. Hi, Meenal.
Hello.
Hi,
How are
Meenal.
you?
Welcome to the show.
So good to see you dressed so well for this occasion, except the chef here. And it's so good to see the lemon cake. I think to add on the lemon cake, you know, I like to poke some, you know, holes and put some lemon juice. And as the day goes, second day, third day, and the lemon juice goes into it, it even becomes more addictive. So yeah, I think she has an amazing lemon cake recipe, which I also do it, and I also use sometimes orange juice if I don't want lemon juice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Meenal, if you just want to quickly tell us, you've been running classes, and in case somebody wants to connect with you, how do we do it?
Yeah, she is going to share that also. And you know, currently today she has very kindly sharing with us her healthy granola bar. And so these are homemade bars. We generally buy them, you know, we buy them from the supermarket, but it is really easy to make it at home. Here is the recipe. If you'd like to take a picture or a screenshot, and it's all healthy stuff. It's all
walnuts, pecan, hazelnuts, granola, sesame seeds, canola oil, jaggery powder, and chocolate. It's optional.
Yeah.
Nobody would want to miss that.
I think in short, you can add anything that you like. You can just make the entire bar with just puffed rice. You can just make with nuts. There is no hard and fast to anything that you want to add, but try to follow the proportion so that the liquid that you're going to add on binds the granola. That's the only reason why we're using the jaggery. If you don't want jaggery, you can use your normal sugar, your brown sugar. If you really want to avoid everything, just put in some honey or agave syrup, anything. It's very versatile.
Okay. So even Meenal shared her video with us on how she made it. So I'm just sharing.
This is Chef Meenal from Sugar and Class Singapore. Today I'm be teaching you how to make healthy granola bars. Now for that you can take any assortment of seeds or nuts or choice. What I have taken is I've taken rice.
The volume is very, very low.
I have granolas here and also pecan here. I've also chopped some eggs and some chocolates.
Yeah, the volume is very low, Poonam. We really cannot hear. So let's just watch it and we can come back and talk about it.
No, wait, let me increase the volume.
There is one before you when you click on screen share, there is a
sorry, yes,
audio. Yeah.
Hello, this is Chef
You have to click on audio. When you select screen share, stop sharing. When you click, there is a option on the left side corner that will say adds audio. Maybe that's what is missing. You have not clicked on that. So you stop sharing, select sharing again, and there'll be two options.
Or if you just play the video and Meenal can talk about it, just put the video on mute and Meenal can speak about it.
Yeah. Okay. So Meenal, can you do that? Can you just talk about
your video on mute? We'll just play the video without sound and you can just talk about it.
So, you know, so it's a very simple video. What she's saying is she's just, yeah. So Meenal, maybe you can just talk about your recipe.
Let me interpret. Okay. So basically anything that you want to add, it's really personal choice. Just roast them in the oven for 5 minutes at 160 degrees. That goes for any nuts that you want to roast. And after you have removed from the oven, you basically, if you're using a jaggery, you just melt the jaggery with a little bit of, your ghee if you want, or your oil. It really doesn't matter, again, which fats that you want to use. Basically, you just want to bind the entire mixture, right? And yeah, you just give one boil of the jaggery on the stove, and you put it in the mixture and just bring it together. And again, once you have mixed it, just place it in a baking mold, any size. There's no fix of the thickness of the granolas that you like. You can have it thin, you can have it thick. If you want to make it just round like the ball, it's up to you again. Yeah. So, and you just bake it again for another 5 to 6 minutes, the same temperature, just to ensure that, when it cools down, it binds together. That's it.
You mix up everything with the jaggery, the fluid jaggery and the roasted things. You mix it, put it in the mold, and put the mold in the oven one more time.
Correct.
Okay, great. That's a different thing. Yeah. Usually people mix it and after that don't put it back in the oven, right?
What happens when you put it back in the oven, the shapes of the granola you get is really nice. You cut very clean slices, and you can just pack it in an aluminum pack, or your parchment paper, and you just keep it, and it can be a energy bar any time of the day. If you don't bake it, it tends to crumble and break off. So sometimes kids can be fussy.
Yeah. So it binds everything very well with the syrup.
Correct.
Great.
It's lovely. Do try and tag us.
Sure. And how long does it last? I mean, shelf life?
It has never lasted more than 2 days in my home.
I know, but if you want to kind of travel in...
a month, maybe more. Not an issue at all. Yes, definitely. Because you are baking twice, right?
Yeah.
So it's already quite firm and hard. So yeah, no issues at all.
Sounds good. And
I think it's a very good snack for children, for even people when they are at work.
Anyone, anytime, actually.
And all of them are healthy stuff. So you can do any kind of combination of nuts you like, any kind of combination of seeds you want to put, chocolate.
Yes, anything at all,
So,
when you want to complete...
I have a question.
Your nuts.
I have a question, Meenal.
Yeah, sure.
Meenal.
Yes.
Acha, I have these like... I have these bajra flakes and ragi flakes here, and I really don't know what to do with them. Can I use it in this recipe? Even what is this, barley flakes?
You can use roll oats. You can use any of these. Why not? Definitely use your cornflakes. You can use anything. There's no hard and fast. It's your granola bar, your combination, and keep trying different things so that people like. The tongue always wants something new, right? New taste. So it's about experimenting, right? A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of, crunchiness to the granola, but that's what the balance of the granola is about.
I think, Jayashree, it's important to know what you said in the beginning was that keep the proportion in mind so that the binding happens well. So if you take a combination of grain, but keep the proportion of things in mind so that, it binds very well and makes the shape right. So instead of jaggery, what else can be used if you don't want to use jaggery then?
White sugar, cane sugar, palm sugar, anything. Brown sugar, anything.
How about if you want to just replace it with figs, dates, prunes, apricots?
Yes. By all means, go ahead. It's just that you need some liquid to bind. Okay. If you see in the stores they sell, sometimes the granola bars, they are very fragile. They just break off very, very easily. So the reason to do the liquid is to bind it and hold it properly so that when you're eating, it doesn't actually fall on the ground. So a granola bar does not need to be so firm actually.
I like that tip when you said that you have to put it again in the oven because that sugar really puts everything together.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
so
just another 5 minutes, that's it.
Yeah. So you wait for it to cool off or just cut them when they're warm?
Generally, there are two ways. Either you can cut it with a hot water, a serrated knife, you can use hot water and wipe it off, and then you cut if you want really clean slice. Or after it's baked, immediately I will cut it off. I'll just put in the fridge, let it cool, and then I'll just make the, pieces.
So let me also share a little bit of the last bit of the video where Minal shares about herself. And, you know, I just wanted to share that. So where she just pats everything together and then she bakes it. So she just packs it very tightly with a bowl so that it's all very tightly packed.
Bake it as per the time mentioned, and then you can cut 2 pieces of any sizes that you like, and you can wrap it, or you can wrap it in aluminum foil and keep it in the fridge and just consume it any time of the day. All right, you do not need to thaw or anything like that. You can consume it directly. Okay, so this is Chef Minal here from Sugar and Flour Singapore. Thank you for the opportunity. It's the first time that I'm connecting with all of you. I conduct online classes worldwide. So lots of different cuisines, baking, cooking related. And the best part is everything is vegetarian and is eggless as well, or egg-free you call it. Okay, so yes, we try to balance in terms of nutrition and the flavors that we put into the cooking, and most importantly, we must cook with love. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this session. Do make them, do share your feedback, do share your photos, and hope to connect again in the following month or so. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Minal. That was a very interesting recipe, very flexible and easy to do. I think all the recipes were really, really interesting, from, you know, the chivda to chutney to meethe chawal, the cake, and yeah, that's really yum. And most of them had the ability to be flexible depending on your own taste buds. Great. I don't have any questions, except there was one, we could use dates, which she said yes in the last recipe. And I think Madhu had earlier asked baking powder and how much. Madhu, that's going to be in the recipe, which Pavni's already handed over to Poonam, so she'll be uploading it. So the amount of baking powder and all is written in that. Anything else, Poonam? I don't have any other questions on the chat.
So the bar needs to be refrigerated always, or how?
Okay. Minal, so once you've had the bars ready, you keep it outside or refrigerated?
Yeah. You can keep it outside as well, but depending on the humidity level, right? So I suggest you keep it in the fridge so that it's really crispy and nice. I have not tried keeping it out though, but I don't see a harm. Maybe not too many days, maybe a day or 2 days is perfectly fine, because it's supposed to be granola, which is supposed to be out all the time.
So it depends on the weather where you are, which city you are. Somebody, Nimu, has asked for Minal's contact details, which Poonam will be sharing.
Yeah.
So
it's Sugar and Spice. You can find it on the Facebook. Yes, Minal?
It's Sugar and Flour Singapore.
Sugar and Flour Singapore.
Okay. Sugar and Flour Singapore. And thank
Maybe
you.
Minal, you can type it in the chat.
Yeah, I'm about to do that. I think the other thing we can try, I mean, this is my first time. Maybe we can make it more interesting by having a theme, you know, of things, leftover things or something.
Poonam, and I just spoke about that today, that going forward, we have a theme in mind for next session. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Minal. I think this was a wonderful session. You know, we only a little bit, 10 minutes over our slotted time. So it was not too long. It was nice, and all the recipes are very nicely explained. Everybody did a wonderful job. I think I would love to taste all of them.
Yeah, and you have most of them near you, so you will probably get a lot of them. Thank you everybody for sharing your recipe. It takes a big heart, as I always say, to share a recipe. It's not easy to part with your recipes. Thank you very, very much for your generousness and for, you know, that making that effort to getting your ingredients, getting yourself ready and presenting it to the, you know, the audience. Thank you. Thank you so much. Poonam, over to you.
Thanks, Jyoti. And as Jyoti mentioned, we are planning to have a theme, and we were planning to have the next theme to be probiotic foods. So something that is healthy for the gut. and something that is all veg, you know, and it's probiotic. And I think that will be a nice theme to work towards. So we'll have that in August.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank
everybody,
you.
for joining.
Stay safe and take care.
Thank you.
It was a lovely session.
Bye.
Meenal, you did a good job, Meenal.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes, because I enjoyed your session so much.